Nscaler454 here. Welcome back to the channel. I think it's about time we addressed a nagging issue with the layout, something I'm not particularly happy with. You see, when I go to run trains, I am stuck between just moving back and forth between this area and a small piece of track over here. I don't really have enough room over here to even pull trains back and come up this way. And of course I can go around the loop and over the bridge there. But really, it's just a little bit of back and forth, and that's about it. And it's really not that entertaining. So in this video, we are going to start the steps to address that, so stay tuned. If it isn't obvious, I would like to run continuous trains, which means I need to close the loop, which means I need to extend the layout. And I've already built some of the benchwork, so I will show you what I did there. This is the underside of section 4 of the layout. I'm using 2x3 on the frame here, 1x3 here and on the edges, and 3/8 plywood. Why did I go with 1x3 in the cross bracing and on the edges? Well, this section of the layout is going to have a lot of track and a lot of switches, so I need as much room as possible to run my switch motors and wiring and things like that. Why did I use 3-inch framing and 3/8 plywood instead of 1/2-inch plywood and say 2x4 and 1x4? Cost, by far the biggest reason. It is significantly cheaper to run, the smaller wood. So I need to save money where I can. Also, it's quite a bit lighter. And since I am modeling an N scale, I don't need as much structure support, I guess, in the benchwork had it been HO scale, because N scale with all the scenery and stuff will be maybe 60% of the weight of had it been HO scale. So this works for me. Other work that I've done includes reinstalling the backdrop. Man, does that look good. I love it. I've also repositioned the entire layout into a more permanent spot, which meant pushing it over that way. Now, when I designed the layout, the plan was to have it go right up against the wall, right? But that created a problem with being in the way of my electrical box, or my electrical panel. Not a good spot in an ideal situation. And then I figured, why don't I just move it a couple of feet off the wall, and it gives me the clearance, it gives me access to the back in case I need to. All is good. Unfortunately, I had already cut out my backdrop to go around right here, and that's created a funky little notch. I thought I still had that piece with the backdrop attached to it, but I don't know where it is, so maybe I don't have it. So this may be a weird spot in the layout in the backdrop. We'll see, but I think in terms of practicality, it is a better solution to have it like this. Because I've moved my layout, I also had to move the lights. So this one had to come in that way a little bit, and then this one had to move from that joist to this one. And now that it's more centered over the layout, it is a lot brighter. I love that. I'm going to add a couple of more lights over here, so and that will brighten up over the benchwork down here. This little toggle switch right there is no longer needed because I've hardwired it into a light switch right there. So we've done a few things with that. I now need to go ahead and start putting some legs on the benchwork and moving forward with that. So let's get to work. When building the legs to my layout, I always use these little feet. They're adjustable, and if you have an uneven floor like I do, then these are great to ensure that you have a level layout. Simply center them up and screw them in. Now, if you're wondering why I have 2x4 legs and 2x3 legs, it's to maximize the wood that I have. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, it's to save cost. And on my layout, I don't need the extra bulk with 2x4s. So anywhere I can use 2x3s, I will do it. It'll be just fine for me. went to order more of these furniture levelers on Amazon, but they didn't carry them anymore. So I had to get a new version of it. And I think these are actually a little bit better. They seem a little bit sturdier. And I think they're actually cheaper. So that's great. I'll put a link in the description as always. Well, that is a pretty big expansion if you ask me. It is a 4x2 section right here. This is 8 feet long over here, 24 inches deep in this spot, and 42 inches deep in this spot. Now, I spent a little bit of time leveling it up. I gotta say, these foot levelers right there really come in handy when you have a super uneven floor like I have. However, I still have a high spot right here, which tells me that this benchwork is twisted. And I'm not surprised, because the lumber that you pick up at the hardware store these days, it's all twisted and warped, and it's just not a good quality that you would get once before. Not to mention, I kind of rushed to build it, and once I had it inside for a couple weeks, it probably dried out a little bit more and probably changed shape in the process as well. I don't think that's going to make too much of a big deal for the actual laying of the track and the operations, because once I have the sections bolted together, that will be, perfectly flat and level with each other. And when I say bolted, I do mean bolted. I use 1/2 inch by 5 inch bolts to secure my sections together. Keeps it nice and tight and aligned. Home Depot wanted $6 a bolt for these. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. Needless to say, I didn't buy these from Home Depot. Now, the reason why it's not secured together right now is because I still need to put a backdrop in the back right here. So all of this needs to get pulled out so I can get access to that. Now, speaking of backdrops, I actually found the spot that goes there. However, there's no sticker on it. So I must have removed it. And I really don't know what I'm going to do about that spot, but hopefully I can come up with some idea. Quick preview of what's going to happen here. You can see it on the layout. This is the spot that we put in right here and here. So we're going to come off the track right here, and we're going to start to decline our elevation down here. And then from this spot all the way back is going to be hidden from a backdrop that goes right up here. And then it's going to loop around like so. Now, when I did the original design, the plan was for this benchwork to be 36 inches deep. Well, I decided that I wanted an 18-inch radius curve, so I had to be wider than that. So this is now 42 inches. And also, this notch right here is a little bit farther forward and a little bit different of an angle. And that seems great because I've added some, surface area, but it does change the geometry and how the track goes over, so I can't simply copy what I have planned. Nevertheless, we're still going to loop back, come across, get to about here. We're going to make another curve, and then we're going to go into right about this spot, and that ties into the rest of the layout and the track that's already existing. And I think that should be a really fun operation. If you want to see that take shape, I'll be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button, and thanks for watching.